You can actually design a rule to transfer for you on your behalf automatically. You don't have to sign in to do it. You can set up exactly which percentages you want transferred to which accounts, and it'll just run in the background. Whether you want to do it twice a month, 4 times a month, daily if you really wanted to, obviously that's not how you want to run it. But the point is it's customizable to how you want to do profit first in your business.
Hello, Profit First entrepreneurs and thought leaders. I am so excited because today I have a special guest. Her name is Deanna Zubrickas, and she actually works with Profit First, has chosen a bank. Yes, Profit First Professionals now has an official bank. And she's actually with the bank, which is called Relay. And she actually works with the accountants and bookkeepers, and she helps us set up our clients on the Relay banking system. And Deanna is the go-to expert for business banking solutions, as well as banking integrations for accounting software for you guys that are using Xero or QBO. And I'm excited today because we're going to talk about Relay Bank. We're going to talk about the Profit First partnership and how this can make this so much easier for you with doing those target allocation percentage transfers. So please join me in welcoming Deanna Zubrickas to our platform. Hey, Deanna, how are you doing today?
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I'm doing fantastic. What a way to spend a weekday.
Yeah, we're really excited to have you and excited about Profit First, really choosing a bank. And that really works well with what we do with helping entrepreneurs really maximize their profit. So first of all, let's talk about Relay Bank. What is Relay Bank and why Profit First?
Yeah, great question to start off with, right? So Relay, we are an online banking platform. We're 100% virtual. And we were designed for accountants and bookkeepers to work alongside their clients with their banking, right? That's usually something a lot of people struggle with in the Profit First community. Outside of it, banking causes friction. So we created an online platform that offers free banking services, but also helps small businesses and their advisors deal with a lot of those friction points like access issues, technology issues, the cost of banking, right? These are all realities that small business owners face, and Relay wanted to kind of answer that challenge. And, naturally, just because of the way that Relay is designed, we've always had a big Profit First network of clients. And it was only a matter of time, I think, before we ended up doing a big partnership, because everybody knows that Profit First, that story and why you want to implement it in your business. And the hard part is when the bank comes along, right? So being able to make that implementation easier and faster and done in the blink of an eye is awesome. So that's what we're here to do.
I love it. So let's talk a little bit about the Relay platform and why it's so integral to Profit First. Most of our audience, they're diehard Profit First fanatics. So they understand the concept of the envelope system, but using bank accounts instead of envelopes, right? Dave Ramsey has envelopes, Profit First has bank accounts, and we make transfers usually twice a month, right? To fund our profit, right? Our profit account, our owner's pay account, our tax account, because that's just the byproduct of being successful as a business owner. And then the operating expense account, which I like to call OPEX. And a lot of people right now, they do it manually. So twice a month, they log into their bank, they create their Excel sheets, they start to calculate based upon those percentages. And let's talk about how Relay does it for them. How does Relay make that target allocation percentage transfer easier for our business owners?
Yeah, I feel like it's something that we're really, really proud of here at Relay, because it's something that is pretty manual on the Profit First user aspect, right? You're using that spreadsheet, you're getting the calculations, you're going to your coach. And with Relay, not only do you not have envelopes, you actually get up to 20 individual checking accounts. So unique account and routing numbers. You don't have to split it up into an Excel sheet to understand what's in what envelope, which is pretty cool. But yes, you can absolutely automate transfers in between those. So you can really create an auto transfer rule, which is what we're calling it. And you can set it up so that we're sweeping everything from your income account and by percentage to your owner's pay, your OPEX, your tax, your profit. And you can set it up at the frequency that you do it. So if you adhere to the twice a month on the 10th and the 25th, you can literally have that run in the background in your business. And I think, a typical roadblock for Profit First is physically setting up the bank accounts, right? It's an issue no matter where you are. Banks like to make it challenging, right? Whether it's the cost of it, the physically visiting the bank to get it set up, explaining why you might need these accounts. But then also, the accountability and sticking to those allocations. If it's something new to you, it can be challenging to keep that on your to-do list. So with the ability to kind of introduce that automation, it keeps people committed a whole lot longer, which I think is great.
Definitely, it's a great thing. So did you say 20 accounts, like 20 free accounts, or did I start to hear things? Because
you did not black out. I definitely said 20 free checking accounts. Yeah. So if you are a sole proprietor on Relay, you can have up to 10 checking accounts. If you're any other entity type, a partnership, an LLC, corporation, you can have up to 20. So any version of Profit First you want to do, you can set up with 20 checking accounts, which is pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And I guess you can custom name them too, right? So when you're looking at them, you know exactly where they are with that. And you said that these accounts auto transfer for you, right? Is that auto transfer on the 10th and 25th, or what does auto transfer mean?
So typically when you do Profit First, you've got to sign in on the 10th and make sure, okay, we're going to transfer everything from income. And then let me get my calculator out or my spreadsheet and figure out how much I need to move to my OPEX, to my profit, to all your other accounts. You can actually design a rule to transfer for you on your behalf automatically. You don't have to sign in to do it. You can set up exactly which percentages you want transferred to which accounts, and it'll just run in the background. Whether you want to do it twice a month, 4 times a month, daily, if you really wanted to, obviously that's not how you want to run it. But the point is it's customizable to how you want to do Profit First in your business.
Is there any minimum balance that you have to maintain in these accounts?
Zero. You can open all 20 checking accounts and not have a minimum balance. Of course, we want you to use Relay. We want you to fund it, but there is no penalty involved. So if you're a brand new startup or you're just getting started with Profit First, sometimes the cost of that or what it's going to take to keep those accounts open is a roadblock, right? And that's not here on Relay.
I love it. So you guys heard it. She just said it. Deanna just said it. Deanna Zubrickas. Okay. That's her name. She just said it. 20 free accounts and they are all free and no minimum balance. And so the next question is, you said that this is an online bank, right? And there's a lot of us that have not used online bank. We still drive the Chase. We still drive the Wells Fargo. How do you deposit checks in an online bank?
Yeah, it's a question that we get all the time. Of course, as soon as you say something's online, you're like, well, what about, right? We got to think of all the different objections. And we do mobile deposit like any other bank. You take a photo of the front and the back. And a really cool feature about that for all of my accountants and bookkeepers, if they're in the audience, you're actually required to leave a note upon depositing every single time you do a mobile deposit, specifically to kind of help you on the back end. No questions asked about why this check is here. Even if you do your own bookkeeping, right? You're leaving a note for someone to help you out in the future. So yeah, you can definitely mobile deposit on Relay.
Oh, wow. Is there a deposit limit or any check you can deposit?
There's definitely limits. It's really dependent on business. It could be $5,000, it could be 10, it could be 40. It depends on the business. And you kind of find that along the way with our compliance team.
I love it. And I guess that means you can get ACHs also too.
100%. Yeah. You can send ACH next day for free on Relay. So anybody you're paying, it's super easy. And receiving all payments on Relay is free, whether it's mobile deposit, whether it's ACH, wire, it's all free and coming to Relay.
Oh, I love it. And what about wire transfer out? Does it allow you to do wire transfer outs?
Yes, absolutely. And I actually talked to someone earlier today and they said, I had to physically visit my branch yesterday because I needed to send a wire. So all online, again, at Relay, which is great. And you can domestically wire for $5. You can internationally wire for 10. We send 26 different currencies. And if you're maybe an e-commerce business or somebody that does a lot of overseas transferring, we actually have an upgraded option where you can pay $30 a month for Relay Pro, and it gets you unlimited wires for $30 monthly. So depending on where you bank, it can be $30, $40 a wire. So great opportunity for savings there.
I want to say I paid like $75. It was a lot. I was like, oh my gosh.
All righty. Wow. You're breaking the bank setting those wires.
Exactly. So to get free or $5, I mean, that's like a steal, right? Yeah. And then of course our entrepreneurs want to know, how hard is it for me to get my money out of this bank, right? Because it's an internet bank. Yes. I can't just go there and see a teller. How do I get my money out?
Yeah, it's a great question. So Relay does connect to about 95% of US banks directly. So you connect once and you can transfer funds directly back out. You can ACH yourself. You could wire yourself, any option you'd normally have at a regular bank. And if you wanted cash, which, some of us still do, we also have an ATM network, and that's called Allpoint. There's about, 50,000 locations across the US. There is tons, and you can withdraw cash there for free too. So you've got many different options.
I love that. And so I think you said they connect to the bank, so you can do yourself a transfer, like when it's time to pay owners pay into your regular bank account too. Yeah. Does Relay also offer personal banking?
We don't at this time, just US registered businesses.
Got it. Now, one of the things that's been a hot topic in the world of banking, and unfortunately, Relay, you're coming into a time where this is a hot topic, and that's the FDIC coverage. First of all, let's talk a little bit about FDIC coverage. What does that mean for a business that's banking, and how are we protected through Relay?
Yeah, it's a great question. And usually how I like to answer this is to also explain how Relay is structured. So, after listening to the podcast, I'm sure everybody's going to sign on to Relay and check out what the heck we look like and how we operate. And we're pretty different from your typical online bank. We're very intuitive. And that's because Relay is what we call a neobank. And a neobank is a fintech company built on top of a partner bank. So the tech company is what allows us to have a great interface. It's intuitive. We can make improvements on the friction that typical banks cause, but we are partnered with the physical bank, and our physical bank partner is Thread Bank. They're located in Tennessee. They've been operational since the early 1900s, so they've been around, and they are how we have our FDIC insurance and all of our banking capabilities. So yes, you are looking at a fully virtual, online platform, but all of our connections and our security comes from our physical brick and mortar banking partner. And so typically, Relay can offer you the basic option of $250,000 to your FDIC. That's basic at any bank. But because of, recent events with SVB and everything that's been happening there, we've actually been able to have a new offering for customers that bank with Relay. So other than the $250 that we'll insure directly here through our partner bank Thread and their partner network, we can have you open accounts with them directly. And if you have funds over $250K, we can move it over there and insure it up to $2 million. So it's another great option, whether you want to spread funds out across multiple accounts or you're feeling a little bit nervous. It's just nice to have other options. And we were so happy to be able to offer that to our clients.
I think I'm running over to Relay Bank after this.
I'm surprised you're not already here.
It sounds like an incredible deal with that. So like a lot of times when people are implementing profit first, right? We always advise our clients to start out small. If you're not already at a 1% profit, start at 1% and just build every quarter from there.
Yeah.
How does Relay allow us to grow as our percentages adjust?
So grow in a interest savings way. That's one part of the way I'm going to answer the question. That's not an option we have right now at Relay. We just offer basic business checking accounts. So if you want to grow your profit and your tax hold accounts, maybe that's an opportunity to keep it at a local branch where you can get some interest. But if you are wanting to increase your percentage that you're giving to your profit and your tax, over time, everything is customizable on Relay. So whether you want to manual do your transfers from 1% to 2 to 3, or if you just want to update that automated rule you already have running, nothing is set in stone here. You can customize it to however you want to run profit first for your business. So however you want it, you can make it happen on Relay.
So no decision is a permanent decision. If you choose to grow your profit, increase it to 2%, 3%, 4%, 5%, you're able to do that on this platform. And that's really great. Now, some of us are using a lot of feeds with automation with QBO. Some of us have our accountants that have access to our accounts to pull statements to generate those financials. Tell us about what does that look like using Relay Bank?
Yeah, this is a question that comes up all the time because this is what, accountants and bookkeepers and advisors base a lot of their work off of, right? And that connection needs to be good and reliable. So Relay connects directly to QuickBooks Online and to Xero. We've actually built our own API connection. And why that's different is most banks that you'll see or you interact with out there actually utilize a third party. So it goes your bank into a third party and then into QBO or Xero. And the third party is the reason that bank feed breaks, that you get duplicate transactions, that you got to ping your client, hey, can you reconnect the feed for me? Because of the third party. So really wanted to be really intentional about how we connect to those really important accounting softwares, right, that help you run your business. So you connect that feed once to QBO or Xero, and you never have to reconnect it again, which I'm sure is music to anybody's ears. If you do bookkeeping for someone or for yourself, it's huge.
Oh yeah, definitely. Does it work with QuickBooks Desktop also?
So no, we don't have a direct feed with QuickBooks Desktop, but you can of course come and grab your monthly statements and input them directly into QBD, probably how you already normally do it. Same workflow.
Got it. I think people are moving over to QBO anyway. I think Intuit has kind of hinted.
I think we're getting a slight push, right?
I think that's been the rumor lately. So that kind of makes sense from that standpoint.
Yeah.
And the setup for Relay Bank, what does that look like? Is it simple or is it something that I'm going to need some assistance with?
I'm very proud and happy to say it's quite simple, especially what most people would be used to, right? Physically schlepping down to the bank, making time in the middle of your day to go do that, bringing all of your documents. You could set up Relay from your couch if you wanted. Everything is online. It's going to take you 10, 15 minutes max. So you're going to set up your photo ID, your SSN, your EIN. Potentially, we'd ask for an EIN confirmation letter or an articles of incorporation. We'll do a little selfie check, so get a little photo. And then you'll go right into pending. And usually our team reviews applications in 24 hours. So it's very, very easy to do the setup and get onboarded to Relay.
And who is not an ideal client for Relay? Who should probably wait a little bit before they go ahead and sign up for this product?
I would definitely say any restricted industries, right? Like a cannabis, crypto, Bitcoin, any type of that's already pretty restricted in the banking industry in the US. But if you are a business that takes cash every single day and needs to deposit cash every single day or gets a lot of checks and you need a batch check deposit, I'm not saying don't use Relay. You can absolutely use it alongside of your local branch. That's what a lot of people do. Keep that local branch to deposit that cash and those bulk checks in and then transfer it into Relay. But if this is a daily thing where you're going to have a lot of cash to deposit, maybe that one's not a good fit.
Got it. So maybe not like the corner store where they're using actual cash might not be the right place. But
yeah,
if you're a service-based business that's doing a lot of credit card transactions or that type of thing that takes checks, Relay would be a great option for you. And this is extremely helpful, extremely useful information from that standpoint. And Deanna, anything else we should know about Relay?
Anything else you should know? We actually give every business the ability to have up to 50 debit cards. So if you're listening out there and you're a one-person operation, that is crazy. But if you've got staff, it's great for expense cards. You can spin up virtual cards, physical cards, associate them to employees. You can set budgets. You can freeze the card, put limits on the card. All these things that you typically associate with physically entering the branch, you can do directly on your phone, on your laptop. Like you've got full control. And even, whether we're talking about the checking accounts or the debit cards, a really nice way to think about Relay is it's customizable banking. And that's pretty unheard of in the banking world these days, right? It's their way or the highway, typically with your bank that you're with now. And it's really not like that at Relay, which I think is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, this was amazing information. So many juicy morsels. And what I'm going to do for you guys that are driving, that want to take that next step and sign up for Relay, which I think Relay is amazing. The fact that it does your transfers for you. I mean, imagine having the 10th and 25th of the month free to just do the things that you want to do, the things that are important to you, the things that are important to your business. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drop the information for Deanna as well as for Relay so that you can go ahead and sign up for Relay as soon as you get to a safe place and go ahead and get your automated banking started today.
Amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. And then everybody can experience just what you're going to do, Suzanne, when you sign up for your account, how easy it is. And, banking doesn't have to be hard anymore, which is pretty damn cool.
It is very amazing. So Deanna, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for sharing about Relay and imparting your wisdom on our guests.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. Everybody enjoy your setup.
Thanks very much.